This is a mid-19th century Anglo Indian campaign sofa made to dismantle for ease of travel, ease of movement. And it's really quite a good looking piece of furniture, quite decorative with this very distinctive, nice back rail to it. And it's caned as well to the sides. Now, we've obviously had these cushions made for it. And we've had these extra back and side cushions made. When originally it would have been used, it probably wouldn't have had these cushions. And it probably would have looked more like this, with the double caning exposed so that the air can move around much more freely in a hot climate. So, how's it dismantled? Well, in a very similar way, as you might expect, to an English portable sofa. That is, that the seat base remains as one, with the legs and the back and the sides all come off. So let's see if we can do that and show you. Now, if we bring it around here first, hopefully you can see here there's a bolt, and this bolt goes up into the side and locks it in place, and the same on the other side as well. So I'm going to speed the film up a little bit, dismantle it all so you can have a good look at it. So with these two long bolts removed that fix the sides into place, we can remove the top section and radically reduce the size of the sofa. So it's also got locating lugs which fix it into place. So you've got one here, dropping in here, another here, one in the middle, and the same on the other side. Now these wings are hinged. We'll come back to that in a minute. So that does work rather neatly. And you can lift the whole off like that and then pack it down. Now if you want to further dismantle it, the cresting rail at the back, hopefully you can see down here, you've got metal plates, and at the top as well, but you can unscrew and you can release the cresting rail from the cane section and reduce it down even further in size. So now you can see these locating lugs a little bit easier. And what I also want to show you is these plates. Now we've got two holes, two plates. That's not because it's meant to have two bolts on each side, making a total of four. It's purely because the bolts at some stage have been replaced and removed. We've left the original plates there purely to show what's gone on. They must have had some good reason for moving it. Perhaps the wood moved a little bit, shrunk, and it got out of line, who knows. But also, probably at the same time, they added these hinges just to make it a little bit more practical. And it is very practical, having these two wings, the two sides, hinged to fold, but they weren't always hinged. So let's flip it over and show you the evidence for that. Bear with me. Now, on the back here, we've got two holes, and those would have taken bolts into the side here, and hopefully you can see underneath the hinges that there's evidence of two holes. So that's been a little bit of later work. When exactly it was done, we don't know. It does make it today a little bit more practical, and quite a clever idea actually having them hinged, but they're not original. And we can also see that the cane work is double caned. So that means caned on both sides, to the back and to the front. And that's a good sign of its quality. Going the extra mile just to make it that little bit better. There is some damage to some of the caning. I mean, that's the most obvious section there, which is missing, and there, where it's pushed in a little bit. But you know what? Because you've got the double caning and it's in the back, it doesn't really make a lot of difference to it. Now, I said that it was teak wood, and it's an extremely good quality teak, or teak family. It doesn't look like most teak. You don't have that sort of strong grain on this sofa, on the wood of this sofa, as you do with most teak. But there are many strains of woods in the teak family. I don't think it's Purdue, but I think it's probably a very good quality teak. So to sum it up, it's an Anglo Indian sofa, made in India for the British market, to the British taste, probably for an army officer or perhaps East India Company administrator living in India. It wasn't uncommon for them to move up to the hills in the hot season to cool down and to take their furniture with them. Perhaps that's what this was made for. It's probably around about 1865 in date. It's got this wonderful, you can't see it now because it's we're looking at the back, but it's got this wonderful decorative motif carved motifs in the middle here, which is a big clue really as to its origin, as to the fact that it's Anglo Indian. So a very good quality teak wood, Anglo Indian, round about 1865 in date, and as you can see, made to dismantle for ease of travel.